Welcome back from the short break. It's time for our views right here on Sunrise at Sea on CTV. My name is Apollo Sarah, and in studio with me are the ladies Agi Uwase and Priva Elepas. Good morning, ladies. Good morning once again.
Sarah. Good morning,
You
Sarah.
all right?
Oh, yes.
It's Friday.
Friday, 1st of July.
Happy New Month.
Yes.
Exactly. So what we do here on our views is we have real life conversations about things that impact our lives socially, economically, financially, emotionally. Did I say that already? Relationship wise, family, everything. We have a full 360 conversation discussion right here. Today we are going to be discussing something that went viral on social media, and it has been viewed over 5 million times and has garnered over 2 million comments from people. Well, we have the video, so take a look and then let's talk. Yes. So that is what happened. You know what? I'd just like to say, we as adults are very messy. You know? We are so messy that our mess just spills down to our children.
Our children, yeah.
And I don't know if people are really having children for the right purposes, or are they thinking through before they even have children? Do you understand? But before I even give my thoughts, Aggie, what do you have to say about that? Was he wrong? First of all, my first question is, was he wrong or was he right?
He wasn't wrong, but he can only be wrong if from the word go, I mean, when you're getting into another relationship and you know you have kids, sit down with this man, tell him I have other kids and maybe I expect you to help me out, to take care of my kids besides, your own child. But if they didn't have that conversation, then he's not wrong in any way. Maybe that's the little money that he has and he feels, he's responsible for his child, and maybe the mother of his child should be able, to, maybe the father of his her other kids should be able to take care of, her kids as well. So I think it's like putting a whole huge burden on this gentleman. But if they had that conversation from the word go and they agreed that they will, collectively take care of these kids, and now he's doing otherwise, then there he's wrong. But otherwise, I don't think he did anything wrong.
And what about her reaction?
Her reaction is definitely very toxic and very terrible. I mean, very, very, very. I'll start with a woman.
Okay.
I've never seen a more entitled individual other than that woman. That man doesn't owe you anything if it doesn't concern your child that you guys share together. He doesn't owe you anything. Not even taking care of you, by the way, because at the end of the day, you're not married. This is not like he's your ex-husband that is supposed to give you some sort of, support here and there. So for me, for this woman to react the way that she reacted, just because the man is taking his responsibility to take care of his child. So what if he says, you know what, since you want me to bring food for everyone, all 4 of your kids, then I'm going to fall back. I'm not even going to bring even the little I've been bringing for my son. So who loses out? It's your child losing out at the expense of your stupidity as a mother. Yes. For me, I applaud the man because he's doing his job, he's doing his part, he is taking care of his child. The woman on the other part, she needs help. Yeah, she needs help.
Maybe
there's more underlying issues. I feel like there's more underlying issues, and like you mentioned, she should be on her other children's father's cases to step up and take care of her children. She should leave this man alone. This man is doing the right thing, taking care of his child, nothing more.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with you. Because number one, for her to even go on to have children with multiple partners, number one, is reckless. Yes, I said it. It is very reckless when you go on to just have kids for the sake of, just for. You understand? Not for the sake of having it, but just for, without properly thinking about the long-term implications or consequences of that action. Number one, exhibit A. You understand?
Right,
when one baby father is doing his job and then the other ones are not, and now you're making this one who is taking care of his child now start taking responsibility of the others. And another thing is that there's a very huge difference between 1 meal and having to bring 4 meals.
Yeah,
that is a lot of money. It's different. What if he's strapped for cash and he doesn't have enough? You know what?
He's trying. He's doing his best,
One gentleman on Instagram did post and say that he should have just picked up his son and then dropped him off after he had what?
Had eaten.
And then he's like, to just, because based off of her logic, he would make the other kids feel bad. If he just picked up his son, he can't win. Well, another person was saying that he's expected to get all the kids gifts on Christmas also.
Yes, that's a valid question. If I'm bringing burgers for everyone, also that means I'm going to have pressure to buy new shoes for everyone, new clothes for everyone, a new phone for everyone.
Tuition might come
for everyone. You know, come on, you have to draw boundaries.
Exactly. Another one went on to say that he's innocent, while another lady went on to say that he should have brought food for all the kids. I think, you know what, it's a very tricky situation, and that's why in my opening preamble is that we adults can be very messy, and we let that trickle down into the children. Children who are just innocent bystanders and then get caught up in the crossfire. Now you have one child that is, you know, having everything, a present father, and then the others are being neglected. So my next question is, and we posted this on our social media, and is that, should a man be obligated to provide for his partner's children? And I'm talking about dating somebody who has children or already has children. Or you may be separated, but then they have gone on and moved on and have other children. And are you obligated to provide for them as well? Should a man be obligated to provide for the others as well?
Well, what I have to say about that, when you say obligation, it almost makes it look like it's mandatory. Like you must provide, you must do this for you.
What would Jesus do?
Hey, you put yourself in that position.
Yes. Jesus.
What would Jesus do? But if we were to be more practical, I don't think men should be put in that position, especially when these other kids have their existing parents. You know, we all have 24 hours in a day. We all are on the same hustle. We all wake up every single morning to try again. You cannot make someone work for 5 people when the other extra 4 have both their parents still alive. For me, it's just not logic. It's just not logical enough. So for me, I think it's not anyone's responsibility to take care of kids that do not belong. Yes. But if you're in a situation and maybe you guys separated on good terms and you're on good speaking terms and all that, like you have a healthy relationship, then maybe if you have the resources, if you have the money, you can take care of the kids. You can buy stuff for them. But then you should make it a habit to buy for them stuff only when you want, not because it's mandatory. It's a must for you to do it. Because also I feel like when you have a woman like that, when you're dealing with a woman like that, she's going to feel so entitled. So if you start with buying a burger, she's going to say, well, it's time to buy clothes. Well, it's time to buy shoes. How about, you know, my kids need new tabs, or tuition is coming up, like Aggie said. So for me, it's like, you know, you're not obligated to take care of anyone's children if they are not yours. If you find it within your heart and you have the resources, good for you.
I feel like men are not obligated in any way. And that also goes to, can you set boundaries from the word go when you're getting into a relationship with someone who has children? Put it on the table and say, well, for me, I intend to have another child or kids with you, but I'm only obligated to taking care of my kids. I hope that the father of your children is also, you know, playing their part. Like, put it out there on the table. And if you're a woman and you probably have 3 kids and you're getting into a relationship, let this man know of your expectations. If you expect him to not only take care of your child with him, but with other kids as well, make it known to him so that he knows it and he knows what he's getting himself into. Is he ready? Is he financially capable to take care of you know, the children even that are not his? Because there are multiple men out there who actually end up adopting some of these children. Look at Steve Harvey adopted Lori Harvey, and you know, right now is like a father to her. So let's not really put all this burden on the men. I mean, just put it out there. Tell him, for me, I expect you to take care of my children. If you cannot, I mean, find someone else that can do it for you.
But I also think that would be extreme for you to tell a man that is not married to you, that is not going to marry you, to take care of your extra kids. Maybe not extra. Your other children. Oh my God, I didn't say extra.
Your other children.
Your other children. You get. How did I say extra? Your other children. You get. They're not obligated. They are not, unless you are married. When you're married and you went to church, said your vows, then maybe it slightly changes. My opinion there changes. When you're married to someone, then you're taking them on with their entire
men who are generous and who love
baggage.
Their women, and well, they love you with your entire baggage, and they wouldn't mind taking care of your children whether they're married to you or not. So making it known to them that that would be your expectation. Maybe you're financially incapable. It would actually save you all a lot of drama than having all these expectations and later on they're not met and you're in this mess. So for me, it goes back to set those boundaries. Like, put your intentions on the table when you're getting in this relationship.
Lay it down, yeah.
Well, dating someone who has children, it could be a woman or could be a man, comes with a lot of pros and cons. And many people, you know, sometimes are reluctant to even think about what the consequences may be. I'm not saying that dating somebody with children is necessarily a bad thing throughout all the way. Some people have gone on to have relationships that have gone on to flourish. And even these people, the partner who comes into the picture goes on to have a beautiful relationship with the children, even goes on to adopt them. The children even go on to take on their names. It is a beautiful situation. However, according to statistics, and these are world statistics, it goes to show that millions of children are being raised in single family homes, and the majority of those homes are headed by mothers. All right. And aside from unwed mothers, approximately 50% of all marriages around the world do end in divorce, leaving several divorces on the market for sharing child custody with a previous spouse. Now, like this woman, for instance, she's not with the father of her child. And that is why she has children with other people as well. But let's talk about some of the cons. Extra drama, Exhibit A, the video we just watched. You don't need that drama. And I think people need to start being, let's curb this from the beginning, from the onset. It is not just, it's not as easy to date somebody who has children like the way it is with somebody who doesn't have children, because you're beginning afresh on a fresh slate with this person. But now if you're dating somebody who has kids, like again I said, it's not a bad thing, but boundaries need to be set. Aggie, you say that it's important to have conversations, set all the expectations on the table. If you want him to provide or help you out, let it be known. Don't assume.
Don't assume that he's going to take responsibility.
He's the man in my life, he has to take responsibility for these other kids. No. He's not obligated to, and vice versa. Even women, it's like when men say lose a partner or a spouse, or remarry or break up with the previous spouse that they have children with, they bring a woman into the next girlfriend that comes in. They expect her to now take on the mother role. Like you have been appointed.
It's an appointment.
You have been appointed as the new mother, so now you're expected to take care of this child. And even what is worse, and I'm not even saying what's worse, you're being forced to love this child like it's your own. And sometimes things like this need to, you know, brew and grow like a bond. You can't force it.
You can't force it or rush it.
And that is what later ends up to a lot of child abuse in families where children have step parents or have partners of their parents come in and just mistreat them, because there are these expectations that have been thrown on them, and now they're overwhelmed and angry and frustrated. Well, this conversation could go on and on. We're out of time, but we'll continue this next week. That's all we had for you on this segment of Our Views, but the conversation continues on our social media handles. Please let me know, should a man be obligated to provide for his partner's children? That means children that are not his. Let me know your thoughts, and you can connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and even on YouTube. But Sunrise at Sea continues. Don't blink.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on Sunrise at Sea this morning. It's been a great and beautiful morning. I mean, we had very many amazing conversations on the show today. We appreciate you for always being part of us. And also, don't always forget the hashtag is CTV Sunrise. Every morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., the ladies and I bring to you, entertainment, information, and everything that is happening in and around the world. Today is the 1st of July, 2022, and it also happens to be a Friday. So happy 1st of July and happy Friday to you from the team, myself, and the entire CTV crew. We wish an amazing month. Go ahead of it, and maybe let there be amazing opportunities for you this coming month. Have a very great weekend. We love you, and definitely keep watching CTV.